I guess Gamble fair caught.
He was calling for the fair catch
guess,
and then
but
dropped it. So Gamble.
They whistled it before he even jumped back on it. So
Yeah. So not as good a starting position here for Waukee. They started at the what was it, 42 the first drive. They'll start in here. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 8.
7 or 8, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and if you're on Ames, if you're defensively here, this is an interesting drive because you got beat in the air and you got beat on the ground. So that draw really showed like, okay, we are really holding back here defensively. So you almost got to Beckett a little bit, and that's the thing. Like, Beckett's still a sophomore. Get to the quarterback, get a little bit of pressure up front, force him to make decisions.
And even if you force him to punt, you flip the field a little bit. You get a little bit better field position. There's a handoff over the right side, and went in his way over and knocked out of bounds up about the 14. We'll mark him at the 13.
It's Niall Eddy getting his first carry. I asked Niall this week about the heat, practicing in the heat, and he's like, well, we really haven't gone mostly full pads. We practice at 8 o'clock at night. And he said, quote, when I get out there on Friday night at 8 o'clock at night, I'm going to be sweating like a fat kid playing dodgeball. So he was not looking forward to the heat.
Yeah, the coaches, both of them mentioned that. It was kind of, they both had kind of a little disgust because they've had to change everything around. You know how coaches are about schedule. They like to be on. But a high snap, but hand off and plowing ahead. They'll get the first down. Once again is Niall Eddy.
Sometimes those high snaps mess with the defense. And you might be thinking, how in the world does they do that? Well, if the linebacker's looking at the ball going high, he's thinking that thing might go over his head. So then you're kind of delayed a little bit.
You forget about getting off your blockers, thinking go for the ball.
Go for the ball.
And it's just like when you muff a punt or a kick. Sometimes they slow down, start thinking about the fumble recovery. There's a handoff to Eddy again. He cuts back in the middle there, gets a few more yards.
They're delaying their handoffs just a little bit, and I think it's kind of catching Ames off guard because they don't really know. Beckett could keep it or he could give it to his running back. So,
and again, in this heat, looking at Ames and how many guys they have go both ways, a little ground and pound by Waukee isn't bad either.
The good thing is most of the field's starting to find itself in the shade.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit shaded. Drops back, wings it out right to the slot man coming in. He's going to come clear across the field, Cooper Andrews, and then he'll get all the way up for the first down. So he ran about 20 yards to get 8 or so.
It's not designed to go back across the play. He had pretty good blocking going up the rest of the field, but nice job by Cooper. Just reroute yourself.
We'll give him 9, call it 1st and 10 at the 35 for Waukee. Beckett Baker, the quarterback, Eddy with him in their backfield. Trips in a bunch to the right. And a single receiver to the left.
3-3-5. You're really hoping that D-line can do something, but if not, you wait and watch your linebackers here.
And off to Eddy. He looks over the right side, waits, follows, blocked, puts his head down, and plows ahead for 7 or 8 there. First down.
I tell you what, number 56, Patrick Moreland, was getting stuff moving on that O-line. He was pushing his way up forward, gave a great hole in the back there for Eddy. And you wonder with Niall Eddy and Grant Gamble, will we see this one drive? You know, you got two different types of styles. You got a power back in Eddy, and you got a kind of shifty guy in Grant Gamble. So,
and you can keep them fresh, too, doing that. You know, you have a couple of real good backs who have experience here. Eddy in the backfield again. Handoff. Kept by Beckett. He goes up the middle. He's free. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Warriors. 57 yards.
How about a quarterback keeper? He looked like Trevor Lawrence there for a second. Long strides by the sophomore, but, man, he faked out the entire defense. And Beckett Baker is on the board. He almost lost it. He was celebrating a little early, but he able to get across the end zone line and score.
Takes it 57 yards. Waukee's up 13-0 here. And Drew Hurlbert will come back out for the PAT. And there's the snap. The kick is up. Cooper Andrews on the hole, and it's good. And that makes it 14-0. We'll take a break. Be back with a kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
It's the DeArmond Ford Summer Sales Event. Ford F-150 XLT with 3.9% for 72 months plus $2,750 rebate. Flex buy must trade for 95 or newer. Get 2.9% for 60 months on the new Ford Expedition, Explorer, and Edge with additional bonus cash offers. And the all-electric Ford Mustang Mach-E with 3.9% for 72 months plus $2,000 bonus cash plus 90 days, no payments. It's the Summer Sales Event at DeArmond Ford Indianola. DeArmondFord.com.
Back here at Waukee, another big play by the Warriors. Beckett Baker goes 57 yards on the quarterback keeper, and the PAT is good. Waukee's up 14-0, 2:25 to play here in the first half. And Ames will get the kickoff once again, and Blake Walker, Ames just having a little trouble figuring that defense out right now.
Defense, and then offensively, they're still trying to find that identity. And the first couple drives, their first drive wasn't great. They had a couple positives.
They had a big 46-yard pass play,
yeah,
but then after that, things kind of...
Yeah, you gotta settle in here if you're Cameron Cantawine, and just take a step back, take a breath. You're going to be okay. See if you can get that ground game moving just a little bit more here as we progress. But heck of a start for Waukee. Another score update across the metro on our sister stream here on CISN. Ankeny Centennial leads Ankeny 17-0.
And they
Somebody
blow
got
that
excited.
dead immediately.
False start.
Offside.
Either offside or false start, here for.
Free kick line infraction. It wouldn't be offside. It'd have to be offside because because the kick is the start of the play.
Yeah.
Anyway, not that. Yeah, Paul Yeager on the other stream there in Ankeny. I wonder what he does with his hair on nights like this.
I don't know.
So
I worry what the humidity did at the Iowa State Fair to him. I hope he's okay.
I saw a few pictures. It looked like he was doing all right, though. But he's
had quite the summer. He sat on a tarmac in an airplane for 5 hours.
Oh, when was that?
A couple of weeks ago or something.
Was he?
We love you, Paul.
Yeah.
You're not watching, but hope everything's going well. We haven't seen many long kicks tonight.
No, we
I don't
haven't.
know if it's not on purpose, but nobody really wants to kick deep here.
Nobody's got it deep, and there's no wind to speak of. It's fairly still.
Yeah, Waukee's kicking into it.
I think it's just trying to find the kicker and playing it safe here, I think.
Right.
Well, Hurlbert will try to go deep here again, or maybe not. He'll just kick it. See what? 5 yards back. And this one is going to go toward the sideline again, and this time it stays in bounds, so Poe has to pick it up back about the 3, and he'll run out of bounds at the 17.
It's not a bad recovery.
No. So I bet they told him last time, you should have maybe let that go out of bounds, so then he does this time. What happens? It stays in. But, that's 6 to 1, half dozen the other, and Ames will come out on offense trying to get a drive together. They've only had the ball once. Had one big pass play, but other than that, then they had to punt.
I want to see a little bit more of Jamison here. I mean, he's a playmaker. He can get going. He's not that big, but he can really stumble his way through the line, and if he can get some blocks up front, you'll be in good position here.
2:21 to go in the first half. Cantawine comes in. He'll send Poe to the right. Nobody in the backfield.
Yeah, this might be jet sweep written all over it here.
Yep, doubles to each side. Poe comes in motion now, and they hand it off to him. As you said, he cuts it up and looked like he's starting to get ahead of steam, but he's still got a good pickup on first down, about 6 yards.
Tony Romo must feel good when he calls plays out before they happen, because that felt pretty good there. But no, just get him in motion. I think that's going to be a good part of it, and he's got good downhill speed, so that's exactly what Ames needs here.
So about 2nd and 4 for Ames. A good pickup on first down. They go the same formation here again. Looking to the sideline. And now he fakes it and he'll kick it up the middle. Kent line, and he's fooled nobody on that one. As the purple, there's that black. It's their black
and purple.
Black tops with the purple pants. There to meet him.
Well, and with Cantwine, he can run the ball. So realistically, we could think about him as a Beckett Baker type. And I think that's one thing Ames is going to try to get him doing just a little bit more. And you get a good spot here to run read option with a 3rd and 3.
Here we go again. This time he brings Poe over. Poe checks with him and then moves back to the left side there. And he fakes it, throws it to Poe in the flat, but that didn't fool anybody either. Defenders right there. Mason Brooks was one of them. He read that immediately.
Yeah, he came in quick.
Now these two teams haven't played in a while, but they have scrimmaged each other in the preseason the last couple of years, so they know a little bit about what each team does. But so now 4th and 3, and Cantwine is the punter and the quarterback, so he's staying in there, so we'll see what they're going to do.
Well, so you got 15 seconds left on the play clock. I think they're just going to wait this thing down, take a timeout. Coach Sauer's sitting right there by the official, so I think take a timeout here, punt it, reset here offensively.
Okay, so they will take that timeout.
Timeout. Ames.
Well, we'll take a break. We'll be back after this on CISN.TV.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Spring will be here soon, and our selection of patio furniture is fantastic, but it won't be that way forever. If you want to get furniture for your deck this summer, come see us now. All the best brands and the best selection. And if you want a special order for this summer, we still have time to do that. Come see us now, Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it.
It's off a low line drive punt taken up at the 42 and then quickly recovered. Ames and Jackson Winky brings him down. But again, good starting field position here for Waukee to start.
Flip sides, go with the wind here in the second quarter.
They get it 1st and 10 at their own 47 to start the second quarter. So you got to think Ames defensively, you need to stop now, because you get up to 3 scores, even if you get your offense going late, you're digging kind of a big hole to come back from.
Yeah, and there's been signs here on defense, but the fakes, they don't know what to cover. The running game has been good, and that's the thing. We haven't seen the passing game a lot from Waukee, but we know they can open it up. So Ames has just got to, sit back. I think their linebackers are going to be really crucial here this quarter. Like you said, need a turnover, need something.
And that's what I think we talked about that in the pregame. Beckett Baker, he's had a year of going through this, and I saw an interview he did with somebody, and he said, I've been just working on improving a lot of things, and it's obviously, he's got command of this offense right now, because he's had a whole year under his belt, and that makes a big difference when you got a new quarterback on the other side, and he's trying to figure it all out and get with his receivers and everything, and so it'll be interesting to see how that works.
There's just, like I said, there's just a different vibe for this Waukee team. They have a little bit of swagger this year, and as for reasons that they should. They're a good offense. They got a good defense. They got some big boys up front. There's reason to be excited here, and I think Baker, being a sophomore, really helps out.
And he's out with the offense. Hands it on. No, keeps it from Gamble. Now throws. And just his second pass, and both of those have gone incomplete.
Gamble faked me, but good job by the linebacker, number 44, Jason Roberts, getting back there.
Yeah, he didn't.
He read that thing the whole way.
Yeah,
he
didn't back off at all.
He was not faked out.
And made Baker throw with him wrapped around his legs. So they come out, same formation, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Hand off to Gamble. This time he slips up. Defender slips outside. He's at the 30, 25. 1 guy to beat, and he's pulled down about the 6-yard line.
Boy, his jukes aren't very fast, but he sure does make them work. And he's just hard to cover. I mean, he's got good downhill speed.
Yeah, see, he slides out there, jukes inside and out.
How about that double block by number 18, Jeffrey who's number 18? Sage Yazzie out there.
Cameron Strawhacker saved the touchdown there off the big run. But it'll be 1st and goal at the 6 here for Waukee.
Looking for a commanding start here.
Send the slot back over to the right. Low snap bounces off, and Beckett picks it up and runs himself. Picked it up off the hopper off the turf, and he'll lose a yard or 2 there.
Play calling almost gets tougher down in the red zone. Just because the field's shorter, you got to try to figure some things out. I don't know if you want to go to the air here. I mean, you got some talented wide receivers on the edge, but Gamble's been so good, you almost just give it back to him.
Yeah, let him try a shot here. He's the deep back. Down the line, fakes it to him, rolls out, has a man wide open across. The tight end, touchdown. Charlie Cross on the crossing route for the touchdown.
He was wide open. That is the best. That play, that's how that's supposed to look. I mean, you put that on tape, and that is exactly how that's supposed to look. Cross sneaks right behind the linebackers, and Baker throws a really, really good pass to the back. Waukee looking really good.
And he had his hand up. Yeah, he was open for a long time. There was not a white shirt to come pick him up. Everybody had covered everybody else, and he snuck in there.
So running, passing, I'd say Beckett's doing exactly what he needs to be doing here to be a jack-of-all-trades quarterback like we know he is.
Here's Hurlburt for the PAT. He's set, and the kick is up and good. And it's 21-0, and we'll take a break here. Come back for the kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Spring will be here soon, and our selection of patio furniture is fantastic, but it won't be that way forever. If you want to get furniture for your deck this summer, come see us now. All the best brands and the best selection. And if you want a special order for this summer, we still have time to do that. Come see us now, Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Back here at Waukee, the Warriors have scored once again here. This time take it 53 yards, and this time via the air. The final, a 7-yard TD pass from Baker to Charlie Cross. Beckett Baker ran the last one in from 57 yards out. So they've gone 58, 92, and 53 yards on their scoring drives here tonight.
Yeah.
And the little Cyclone defense needs to figure something out. And he just gets that kickoff as the play clock hits 0, and it's a short kick again. Or did it go? Oh, it went through. Okay. Bounced.
I didn't want to say anything, but I was like, yeah, short kick, sure.
Well, I was watching these guys over here come up, but okay, touchback. We got to work the rust off too, don't we?
Yeah.
So Ames will start 1st and 10 at the 20. With 10:32 to go.
Be curious to see what they do here. The running game has shown a couple flashes. It's just a matter of if you want to go back to it.
One big pass play, but
on a broken play, that was just that was a weird play.
They had the receiver up the sideline, and now they're going to go empty backfield here for Cantawine.
Right guard jump.
Now he throws it out there, has a man, but
that's a catch.
Did the flag?
The left guard jumped, but they did not call it. So that's a good pass down the field.
Jeffrey Roberts.
Yeah. He just snuck right behind. That's 4 verticals. That's as easy as you get right there.
It's a 24-yard pass.
Good start.
Well, they put the back of the backfield now. Poe comes back with Cantawine. Split the receivers out. Cotton and Roberts to the left side here. And they fake the handoff. Cantawine keeps it himself, runs right up the middle. We get about 4. Not a bad pickup.
Not a bad decision. I mean, that's all up on him. He can decide if he wants to go with the ball or if he wants Poe to go with it. And I think either way, you were going to get 3-4 no matter what. So not a bad decision.
It seemed like they were zeroing in on Poe early, so I think you're right. Once he pulled it.
It'll be 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6 after the 4-yard pickup here. Ames High needs a sustained drive and some points. This time they put Poe out wide. He's 1 of 2 to the top of your screen, 3 to the bottom of your screen. And Cantawine just throws it quickly out there, and Poe catches it. That's going to be one of those sore rib tosses where you had to go up
it's a hospital pass, as some say, but I mean, it works.
I think they're just flooding the defensive backs, and he's looking for the open receiver.
And they're getting the linebackers faked out because Cantawine's faking a run and then he's pulling back, even though there's no one in the backfield. He's still thinking about it.
He's still that threat of the run.
Yeah, and he can.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They figured something out here. It's just a matter of how Waukee adjusts.
And this time, Cantawine will take it right up the middle, runs into his own lineman, but still a good pickup there.
Mason Brooks, number 4, coming up to
Brooks on the tackle.
Yeah, this I like. I mean, this is a good set here. Poe kind of goes wide right to try to fake somebody out, and now this is a good set of circumstances here for Ames. Now when do you go to the air?
They bring in Jackson Whitley now. And then
that's 3 yards.
Yeah. As they step back to look over, the defender jumped across the line. Jalen Jeffries.
Defense, 5 yards.
He didn't even try to get back quick. He jumped and just kind of accepted it, and he didn't even touch anyone. But
well, that's the thing. This Waukee defense, they've been going full bore because they've had success here early.
Yeah, they have.
Now, Ames getting them off kilter just a little bit.
About inches here.
And Cantawine will pull it down, taking himself right up the middle, cuts through all the way inside the 20. Down to about the 18-yard line.
They found a rhythm now. Yeah. And I think now Cantawine knows, okay, I'm going to be thought of as a passer and a runner because that's what he's doing.
Yeah, because that's what Beckett had him their defense doing. Now
he's learning from looking across the field and saying, all right, maybe I can start doing that.
Brings Poe back into his left side.
Because that's tough on those linebackers.
Yeah, when you got to look at that. Now Poe drops back a little bit. And they send the slot across the formation, and then there's procedure call, I think.
Either way, Ames was caught off guard because Grant Gamble, false start. Grant Gamble was blitzing on that near side, so that's I think that got Ames a little scared. Usually don't mic someone up in high school football, but they want to move quick here.
So 1st and 11. Or 1st and 15.
I love this classic Sauser offense. Don't snap the ball quick. He's fake snap it, look to the sideline. He makes an adjustment.
Ball to 24. Direct snap back to Poe. Poe looking for some blocking, finding very little, and he'll lose a couple.
And Cantawine got there. He made a good block up front, but the rest of the line, I think, just kind of slipped, and that was actually most of the guys from the other side of the line that got there to make the tackles.
So now this is a big play. You got
the
2nd and 17. You need to get maybe half of this and give you a manageable 3rd down because you've had a good drive going, but if you keep going backwards, it's just going to kill it right here.
Well, now watching their field goal procedures in pregame, it wasn't the best thing in the world for Ames, so I guarantee they need a touchdown, want a touchdown. This is 4-down territory no matter what.
Cantawine with Poe to his right. They send receiver in motion. Out wide, dropping back, looking under pressure, throws it deep, has a man wide open, and knocked away at the last minute. Out there, had Jeffrey Roberts.
He was going to try to fit that in the tightest window, but good job by Waukee. They didn't even go for the ball. They said, no matter what, we're going to hit Roberts here.
And I think just a little too much air on it if you watch it here. Because Roberts is wide open, but the defenders close quickly. See, that ball hung up just a little too much.
Yeah. Well, and he probably got scared because Gamble was flying down.
Well, yeah.
Ready to
I say that, but he
destroy
lobbed
him.
it, but he had 2 guys blitzing on him.
Yeah. Dangerous pass, but luckily that's broken up.
So trips to the right. 1 receiver to the left. Historian Cotton dropping back. They're going to try the screen pass to Poe. He gets by the first tackler, cuts it back inside, and he's going to be short of the 1st down.
Yeah, he's still going to be about
gain.
4th and 6.
Yeah, still 4th and 6, and you almost think a touchdown you need really here, a down 21-0.
I don't even know what you call here.
Well, they've had, if they can get Cantawine a little time, they've had a little success flooding those receivers out there. He got Poe with him right beside him in the backfield. Everybody looks to the sideline. Fakes, rolls, throws it out there, has Roberts caught. Nice pass, nice route. Jeffrey Roberts runs down and out.
Waukee's lucky. I don't know if Roberts was set. He was in
back,
a little bit of emotion, but Waukee's head coach, Coach Baker, was trying to argue. I was like, I don't think he was set. But
because he dropped off the line into the slot type position there, and you're
but
right.
If Waukee's going to run zone and it's not a hard flat, I mean, that's a good call. And now
1st and 5 at the 5.
Yeah, now you bring out your running back, Jackson Winkie, and he's going to run quarterback here. This is probably just going to be a keeper.
Run the Wildcat. Winkie takes it, going the right side, going to cut it up, dives in, touchdown, Ames. Little Cyclones. 5 yards out.
Good block on the edge, too, by number 72, Marshall White.
You see the replays.
Oh, the corner came running across and ran into that high safety for Waukee. That's what did it, because if they kind of collided trying to get out of each other's way, and that's what did it. Good play call there for Ames on that motion.
So Winkie here's the extra point. Is up and good.
Good drive. Good drive for Ames. That's exactly what they needed.
They took it 80 yards to score here. We'll take a break, come back with a kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge. And it's how service should.
Back to action here at Waukee. The little Cyclones of Ames on the board. They take it 80 yards down the field. And then a wildcat run by Waukee puts it in from 5 yards out. And we got ourselves a ball game here. Pizarro set to kick it off. And he squibs it down, picked up by the up man. Up to the 35. And up to the 39, so it'll be good starting field position for Waukee.
Well, we'll see how they respond to pressure here, because now, I mean, you really haven't been stopped offensively, but Ames should have a little bit more momentum here defensively now that your offense goes out and gets some points. So if you're Waukee, just stick with what's worked. Don't think you have to change anything up. You can keep them guessing on defense.
You've scored on every offensive possession so far tonight, Waukee has, so yeah, we'll see what Ames could do. Maybe a little more pep in the step after they get on the board. Beckett Baker out. He'll take it himself. Follows behind his running back. Tries to cut outside and is pulled down. And the tackle almost gave him a couple yards there as he pulled him ahead.
Jack Nolan, the junior linebacker, brought him down. He got about a yard.
Gain of 1, it's 2nd and 9.
We'll give him 1. 2nd and 9 at the 40.
They're on sale down by the concession stand. Or find the 50.
Now Eddie back in there in the backfield, a running back. And they give it to him. He hesitates and then is met right at the line. Able to power forward, though, and get a couple extra yards and turn a loss into a pickup of a couple. But that brings up 3rd down long.
Roger Lopez got in there, and now you're starting to see an Ames defense a little bit more rejuvenated, if you will. Now you're almost forced to pass. Not really, but this might be another Beckett Baker keeper here if anything lines up right.
3rd and 7 at the 42. Rolling back, looking downfield, throws it. Oh, can't bring it in. At the sideline was Jace Jojo Levy, excuse me.
Just missed him. Would have been another quick toe-tapping grab, but darn, that's big for Ames. I mean, that is exactly what you want to see. And now you get the ball back. More momentum on your side. Try to get a score here before halftime.
So back deep is Catawine, Strawhacker. Excuse me, for Ames. And Winky 2. Punt bounces, and he keeps, no, he didn't keep it in bounds. He was trying to keep it in bounds over there, Strawhacker. But couldn't quite keep it from going out, so they'll take over at the 18-yard line. Will Ames with 3:41 to play after forcing the first punt of the ball game here for Waukee.
Well, so now what does Ames go back to? Because Cantawine seems to be the answer here, but we didn't see a ton of Jamison Poe. So, you know, now you have the linebackers thinking a lot more. They came back here on the sideline. They're like, all right, they're starting to figure some stuff out offensively. And now it looks like Poe's going to be back in the backfield. I think Ames was better when he was, you know, in the slot. But
Well, because it seems like they had to watch him and pick him up on coverage, but he's right next to Cantawine now, and a direct snap it to him. Cuts over the right side, cuts it back inside, has some room. 40, 50, 45, down to the 40.
There you go. There's your answer, Jamison Poe. Get him rolling a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to say he went out at the 44.
I mean, just direct snap, and great block up front by number 4 for Ames. That's Cameron Strawhacker. And here come the little Cyclones.
39-yard run. 1st and 10 now at the 44 for Ames. And
Lockhart, your debit card is at the front gate. If you would like to be reunited,
they take Poe out. He was in there on defense. I don't know if it's an equipment issue or something. Or on offense, excuse me. And Jackson Winky is back in the backfield with Catawai. 2 receivers to each side. And direct snap back again to Winky.
They like those.
Yeah, go to the back.
Direct snap once again.
And Catawine, he was a running back last year, so he blocks fairly well too out there.
And I don't think I don't see a reason to go the air right now. I really don't. I mean, your passes have been a little sailed long, dangerous, if you will. The running game's working, and now they're going to empty the backfield again. So now we see what the linebacker play does here. They're going to move a man out wide here.
2 slots and 2 wide.
It's Roger Lopez here.
Or 1 slot, excuse me, and 2 wide each side. For Catawine. Play clock at 4. There's the snap. Fakes, looks, now runs. And good job defensively.
That thing was broken from the start. I'm surprised there wasn't a call. It looked like everybody went, or the center went, but the line didn't go. And that was just kind of a broken play for Ames. I'm also surprised we haven't gotten water breaks tonight. I thought maybe with the heat they maybe would.
But maybe they thought, I know it's the heat index and the heat that they look at.
Yeah. Your free timeouts.
3rd and 8 now.
Converted last time on a big 3rd and / 4th down conversion, so.
They look to the sideline.
They're thinking timeout here.
Poe's back in.
Yep, I don't know if they want to run a play.
Play clock down to 2-1, and they call timeout. Well, and I don't know if their kickoffs are any indication, but
once again, fans get those 50-50 raffle tickets. All benefits.
we'll keep it here. I don't know if their kickoffs are any indication, but those kickoffs have been going. Oh, he did hit the extra point, didn't he?
Yeah. So,
but I don't know what the field goal range would be for it. But
based off pregame, it didn't look like it was anything crazy. But I mean, you want a touchdown.
But you want.
You get it back within 7.
Yeah, you go in the halftime. At 7, you got a little momentum. You're feeling pretty good here right now.
I can't remember who got the ball to start. Was it?
Waukee took the the toss and received.
So Ames, this is a big drive.
Yeah,
this is a big drive here for Ames.
Ames won the toss, got it, and took it. There was a short kick to the 42, and they took it 58 yards and scored. But
the only other update I got for you is Southeast Polk was up 14-8 over. Valley.
So big 3rd down again for Ames as they come out. They'll send Poe to the left this time. Trips left, 1 receiver right. And Lopez in the slot. They send Poe in motion. They go inside screen to Roberts. Roberts spins ahead.
He fumbled.
Did he fumble?
That should be,
Yep, Waukee ball. Our first turnover of the night.
That was going to be really close, but I think it just slipped out as he was being ripped down to the turf. Really nice job by Waukee there.
As you see.
Yep.
Yeah, it just came out. It was going down and came out before he hit the ground, and number 5 recovered it.
Ian Samples was the one who ripped it free. That's a big momentum takeaway there for Waukee.
Big play right before the half, and then be even bigger if Waukee could score. Let's see if they open it up and throw.
I think you do.
I think you do too,
You know Ames gets the ball back.
They've had the momentum. You want to maybe kind of shut the door on that a little bit if you can. Beckett Baker back out. Dropping back, looking. Throws it deep down the sideline. A little too deep. Over Cooper Andrews.
The long ball wasn't Baker's, huge go-to last year, and I think that's going to get better as the year goes on. But just kind of led Andrews a little bit too far down the sideline there.
Well, on that one, you see the guy that far, you just
might as well
roll
go
back
for
and
it,
wing it, and then you hope.
Ames is in a zone, so
Yeah.
you can maybe hit him in stride. You're not going man, so.
So 2nd and 10 at the 40. And there's out in the flat, and going to get a first down and get out of bounds, too.
Tavian Boas. Base.
Tavian Base.
He almost turned around expecting someone to be there. Nobody was there. Got upfield.
They get up to the line quickly, snap it, drop back. Had a crossing there, now looking deep. Going to send, no, he's going to keep it himself, and he'll get pulled down out of bounds, is Baker.
It's going to go unnoticed, but Patty Moreland just laid a pancake on that offensive line. Great block to at least free him up just a little bit more.
And he had Charlie Cross trying to work it
did.
up the sideline there, but he decided to keep it himself. And they still got plenty of time, 1:11 to go, and they have 2 timeouts left. Here for Waukee, 1st and 10 at the 35.
Baker's not afraid to push himself into a tackle. That's what you want to see.
Dropping back, pressure up the middle. He'll roll out of it. Now throws on the run, and that's a tough throw to make. Coming back, looking for Sage Yazzie.
Just a little bit of miscommunication. He got open. He was coming back in. Beckett thought he was going wide.
And it's hard to run left and throw back right
tough.
as you're heading that way. Patrick Mahomes can do it, but he's a freak of nature when it comes to that stuff, throwing it back the other way.
Waukee got a little lucky. It looked like there was a hold on the backside as Torian Cotton was chasing after him. Coach Salzer was tugging at his own shirt saying, hey, I think he was held.
2nd and 10 at the 35. 1:05 to play. Up the middle, a screen. Caught. And getting close to the first down, but it's going to be a little short. They have 2 timeouts. Let's see if they use one here.
I don't think you need to yet. Or at least see how they're lined up defensively and then decide.
Gamble on the screen pass.
Gamble.
3rd and 1.
Eddie back in there. Hand off to Eddie. He cuts right up the middle, cuts it back outside and down inside the 20. That'll stop the clock with.
Tripped over his own guy.
Down. Yeah.
Patty Moreland was on the ground and Niall had to go over top of him. Now you call your timeout.
So 35.4 to play here in the first half. And well, Eddie just provides him a nice little change of pace.
He does.
Doesn't he?
It is, and it's just a fun backfield. I mean, they're just a lot of fun with Eddie and Gamble and Becker and Baker. All different speed types. I think they're all pretty fast. This is going to be a really tough offense to plan for.
And the thing is, as a player, I want to be the guy out there starting and getting all the carries, but no, you got to know you're going to get in there and get your carries, and it's going to work out, and that's how you build the team, make your offense tougher. So they'll have 1 timeout left.
I do got to say, this Waukee crowd has been phenomenal. I called a couple games here last year, and I'm sure you did too. The crowd was good, but it wasn't this good. This community is very excited for this Waukee team this year.
Yeah, we're fielding pretty good over here on most of this side over here.
Ames, I'm sure they're happy.
Ames traveled pretty well too,
They have a lot more CIML games this year, Ames does. Next week, Ankeny Centennial. They got Roosevelt, Valley, and Waukee Northwest to end the year. So despite being in the Iowa Alliance, you still have to play quite a few CIML teams.
So here we go. Dropping back. Baker. Now he run it straight up the middle. Wide, a lot of green up there. Cuts it back inside, and he'll be pulled down about the 2-yard line. The clock will stop with the first down. 28 seconds, so plenty of time. But that's the added dimension that Baker gives you.
He said it, a lot of green grass. That thing opened up, and he was not going to slide. He was going to do whatever he wanted to go to the end zone. You don't need a timeout here if you're Waukee.
Because you want to run the clock down anyway. Here's the snap. Didn't hand off. He kept it. And that was one of those where the back kept hold of it. And,
Baker will.
Yeah.
Little bit of a miscommunication. Your eyes get wide when you're down there in the red zone.
Yeah.
But good job by Ames. They had that thing covered for the most part.
And Eddie said, I'm hanging on to it. And Baker said, give it back. And then it ends up stopping there. So
I thought for a second Beckett was going to push himself in, but
they'll bring up a second down, and they lost maybe a yard there back to the 3. It was first and goal at the 2.
This is a much-needed timeout here for Ames. I thought maybe Ames would call a timeout late here because, like we said, they don't have a lot that go both ways, so a couple hands on hips for the little Cyclones over there trying to reset here defensively. 21-7's a lot better going into half than 28-7.
Yeah. Or, you know, Waukee's got a pretty good field goal kicker too.
Yeah.
If you could hold them to that, but the thing is, it depends on what they try to run here. If they run it and you stop them, they don't have any timeouts left.
Right.
So
that is true, yeah.
You'd think maybe.
Is it 11? 11's the total? 11 seconds?
11.2.
Yeah, so if you get down, you're done. Like, I don't think you get another playoff here unless you try to pass it. So
let's see if they try to roll it out or something, or they just try to go straight up ahead.
They have loved the rollouts.
Got Eddie in there. He drops back. No, they're going to throw the fade. Touchdown! Sage Yazzie, I believe, isn't it?
Yep. Nope, number 10.
Oh, is it? No, wait a minute. No, it's 18.
18?
Yeah. Yep. Yep, that's 18. He goes up, high points it, beautifully thrown ball.
Boy, he bodied him out of the way. He said, all right, I'll go one-on-one here. How about the night for Baker? 3 touchdowns already, 1 on the ground, 2 in the air.
And Hurlburt will come in to kick the extra point. And that is up and good.
I expect either a knee out or something here for Ames and just kind of reset.
Well, if they squib it, they may not even have time to.
I will say, give credit to Waukee's defense. After that Ames drive, everyone kind of took a step back and said, okay, Ames is still here. And they were able to reset defensively and get a stop, obviously force the fumble. That was big, so points off turnovers. But that Waukee offense, they are not slowing down right now.
7 points. So that took, what was it, 11? Like 11.2. So that took about 4 seconds to 3.5 seconds to throw that. And that Yazzie, 6'6", 185 junior, he's a big target over there.
You could go to him every time, I think. And that, you know, this is a Waukee team that I think for 3 straight weeks last year only scored 6 points, or like 3 straight weeks. Their offense just was not there. And then something clicked. Midway through the season, they started to figure things out, and the defense is a lot better than last year. So now this is a fun team. But still half of football left. Ames has shown some flashes, and we'll see how they go about this second half here when they get in for a couple halftime adjustments.
Yeah, let's see if Hurlburt will try to kick it through the end zone or just squib it. With 7.5 seconds to go, can't wind one of the deep players back there. Poe 2, and then I think Yazzie's back there. Looked like Ames was driving for possible, make it a 1-score game, and then the fumble, and Waukee takes it in. And that one's going to bounce and go into the end zone for a touchback. So Ames will come out with 7.5 seconds, and I think you're probably right. They will probably just take a knee and go to halftime and try to make some adjustments.
Hurlburt is going to be one of the best kickers in the state this year. I mean, if he can touch back a lot and if he's good on his kicking game, he was already one of the better last year, but man, he's fun to watch. Fun kicker. It's about the best first half you can have if you're Waukee, though. There's not really any flaws that I've seen. They've adjusted on that one defensive drive that they gave off the touchdown.
And they got forced to 1 turnover, turned it into points. Otherwise, you know, Ames scores. We said it'd be a 7-point ball game at the half. They're coming out like they might run a play. Let's see.
What do we know?
They do. They hand it off, and Poe cuts through, spins around, and gets taken down. It'll be a first down, so the clock will stop, but they're going to say it stops after time ran out. And that is the first half. It's Waukee 28, Ames 7. As Waukee has things going offensively and defensively, and Ames started to get things going, but Waukee shut them down on the turnover. So that's our halftime score. We'll take a break and come back and talk a little bit more about the first half after this on CISN.TV.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge. And it's how service should be.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Spring will be here soon, and our selection of patio furniture is fantastic, but it won't be that way forever. If you want to get furniture for your deck this summer, come see us now. All the best brands and the best selection. And if you want a special order for this summer, we still have time to do that. Come see us now. Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today.
Here at Waukee, we're at halftime. The dance team out at midfield. Dar Danielson, Blake Walker. Let's run down the first half scoring for you. Waukee got the opening kickoff at the 42-yard line, drove it all the way down, and it was a Grant Gamble 34-yard run. The PAT was good. It was 7-0. That was 8:01 to go in the first quarter. Then 2:25 to go. They got it, and Beckett Baker, the quarterback, kept it on the keeper. The draw went 57 yards in. It was 14-0. That was with 2:25 to go first quarter. Into the second quarter, 10:32 to go. A pass to Charlie Cross. The flat from 7 yards out. It was good, 21-0. Looked to be a Waukee runaway, but Ames came back, got a drive going, went 80 yards, and Winky took a Wildcat snap in from 5 yards out with 5:10 to play in the first half, and it was 21-7. Ames got their first stop of the night of the Waukee offense, came back out, and were driving up the field, but then on a pass play, fumbled it at the end about the 47-yard line. Waukee took it, drove down, and with 7.5 seconds to go, it was Baker hitting Sejazi from 3 yards out on the fade to the left side, and the PAT was good. It was 28-7. So I think we talked about it, having the veteran quarterback to start the offense at this game. The veteran sophomore. Well, he's got a year of snaps is better than coming out and starting your first varsity game at quarterback. But anyway, that might be a little bit of the difference here for Waukee. As we saw, Ames offense started to get it clicking a little bit, but then you also mentioned it, this Waukee defenses look pretty tough here tonight, too.
Yeah, they have. I mean, it's not like they're getting a ton of pressure. They're just able to contain Ames for the most part. Great job defensively all across the board. And Waukee, there are a lot of weapons. I mean, like I said, that backfield is just really well put together for the Warriors. I'm excited to see how Ames comes out in that second half because they had something rolling there in that first half with that drive. So as long as you continue that, we should be in for a pretty good second half upcoming.
Well, the sun is starting to go down, but we haven't lost many degrees. It's only a couple more degrees still 85.
It is still hot. Looks like
warm. I think it might be a little cooler on the field because there's a little bit of a breeze out there.
There's also a beach and sand and ocean on the field. I have never seen this before, but
no, I haven't.
This looks unbelievable what Waukee's about to do.
Well, these bands are always coming up with new things to go to contests and do their stuff, but they're doing that here tonight. And I know people want to hear the music and stuff, but because of the music rights, we cannot show much of that and the music of them playing because of the way the rights go. But let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk a bit more about what's going on in the locker rooms for these two teams, what the coaches are saying.
Give you score updates as well.
Yeah, and we'll give you some score updates and all that here. On a warm season opener here, Waukee up 28-7 at the half. We'll be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
National sales event is going on all month long at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. New Silverado 1500 Turbo Max with up to $9,000 off MSRP. Must trade 09 or newer. Must own or lease 09 or newer Chevrolet. New Sierra 1500s with 2.9% for 60 months. Available on all trends. New Jeep Gladiator with up to $7,000 off MSRP. And new Ram 1500s with up to $11,000 off MSRP. Every vehicle is tagged with one low price at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. DeArmondAuto.com.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Let's face it, it's Iowa and it's hot and humid. Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto Pros. Some of us are going to get in our blazing hot vehicle and the air is not going to cool us down. When that happens, I have same-day AC service appointments at the ready. We can pick up your car, drop it off, shuttle you home, or even help you get a rental car. And all of our AC repairs come with our lifetime parts and labor guarantee. If you're having problems with your AC, give us a call or scan the QR code to schedule your appointment today. For the best, head west, Westside Auto Pros.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Back here at Waukee, we're at halftime. The Warriors up 28-7 over the Ames High Little Cyclones. Dar Danielson, Blake Walker, as the band gets going with their beach and sand and everything there in the end zone. But let's talk a little bit about it, Blake. Coach Sauser, first of all, for Ames, what's he focusing on here at halftime?
I think you got to get the running game back established and maybe figure out that passing game just a little bit more, honestly. I think you might want to kind of look at that. You've had a couple good gains, but clearly they know you're going to run the ball, so I think try to go to the air just a little bit more. That might be pretty key. And then for Coach Baker on the other side, I feel like you just got to keep the pressure up. You can't take your foot off the gas because we know that Ames can get back into this game pretty easily. So as long as you keep your foot down, I think you're going to be just fine and set yourself up well for the second half. Couple score updates around the CIML. Southeast Polk on top of Valley, 14-8 at halftime. The Tigers are hanging around with Southeast Polk. Ankeny Centennial leads 24-14 over Ankeny. And that is the only score updates I got so far. So,
Southeast Polk, they lost a lot, but they also have a lot coming back.
Yeah, they do.
New. And Moberly, the quarterback, he might be one of the better quarterbacks in the state.
Yeah, he is.
And so that's always big. And then Valley,
who knows?
Who knows? They may start out slow, but they finish strong like they did last year. And Gary Swenson always finds a way to have them playing at the peak toward the end of the season. So that's interesting. But these two teams, we talked about a young team here and trying to find their way. So far for Waukee, 4 out of 5 times they've had the ball, they've scored here tonight. And they've been some long drives, but they've had some big plays too. A 34-yard run, a 57-yard touchdown run, throw in a 7-yard pass and a 3-yard pass. and they've also shown they can score in a lot of ways.
Yeah, they do. And, it sets up well because the way that their schedule lays out, you have to be able to score. You're not going to be able to hang on in these low-scoring games. Next week's the big one, Waukee and Waukee Northwest. They finally get to play each other in football. I know a lot of people are excited for that. Waukee goes up to Sioux City North in a couple weeks. Then they come back and get Valley at home, at Johnston, home against Des Moines Lincoln, home against Southeast Polk. Could be a very sneaky trap game if Southeast Polk continues to be number one.
Yeah.
And then they'll end the season out with the last 2 weeks on a Thursday night football game against Des Moines Roosevelt and then against Council Bluffs Lincoln on the road. So fun season for Waukee, and they have a lot to be excited for, that's for sure, especially after tonight. This offense, it's fun. It's just a lot of fun.
Well, and if you saw the pregame, both coaches said, that opening night, there's jitters, there's nerves because, you practice and practice, but you just don't know till you get out there and you're playing another team and a lot of good things. But the one thing they both said is that second week you have a lot of time to make adjustments and see. And Coach Salzer even said, by that third game you kind of know.
Yeah.
We're getting it, and we know if we're going to, move ahead. So there's been some good things out of Ames tonight. Not all bad, but, just Waukee's been clicking a little better here.
Yeah, they have. And, I think you're at home. That's a big one. I mean, it's tough to come on the road. And, to come to this environment, that's tough for Ames. And I think Waukee, they've had a lot on the table. They've been excited. This is a team that's been excited all season long, getting ready to come back because they got better as the season went on. And with Ames, it was a lot of questions. Who's going to play quarterback? How do they respond after last season? So I think that was one of the things that Waukee had a leg up on, that's for sure. But you talk to anyone on this Waukee team, they think they could beat anybody in the state. And they could, honestly, from how we're looking at it tonight. So they've handled it well. The heat hasn't seemed to be too big of an issue from what we've seen up here. I know it sounds crazy, but it might be hotter next Friday. So, you're struggling with the heat. But I don't know. It's just been one of those things. The sun's down, but I can tell you right now it is still so muggy. So we'll see how that plays into tonight as well, with Ames playing a lot on both sides of the football. So
yeah, and that was one of the things, talking with Coach Salzer, he said, we're one of the smaller schools here. And so he said, I think we have as good a talent as anybody else, but the trouble is football is a game sometimes of attrition where you get dings and bangs and you lose guys for a couple of games through the season. And he said, we don't have probably the depth to fill in that some of the other teams might have as you get through that season, and that's the big thing that he worries about as they go through here.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be a good second half, though.
Let's we take another break and
take an ice bath.
Do that, yeah.
We need an ice bath.
We'll do that, and we'll come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge. And it's how service should be.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Spring will be here soon, and our selection of patio furniture is fantastic, but it won't be that way forever. If you want to get furniture for your deck this summer, come see us now. All the best brands and the best selection. And if you want a special order for this summer, we still have time to do that. Come see us now, Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today.
National sales event is going on all month long at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. New Silverado 1500 Turbo Max with up to $9,000 off MSRP. Must trade 09 or newer. Must own or lease 09 or newer Chevrolet. New Sierra 1500s with 2.9% for 60 months. Available on all trends. New Jeep Gladiator with up to $7,000 off MSRP. And new Ram 1500s with up to $11,000 off MSRP. Every vehicle is tagged with one low price at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. DeArmondAuto.com.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Let's face it, it's Iowa and it's hot and humid. Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto Pros. Some of us are going to get in our blazing hot vehicle and the air is not going to cool us down. When that happens, I have same-day AC service appointments at the ready. We can pick up your car, drop it off, shuttle you home, or even help you get a rental car. And all of our AC repairs come with our lifetime parts and labor guarantee. If you're having problems with your AC, give us a call or scan the QR code to schedule your appointment today. For the best, head west, Westside Auto Pros.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge. And it's how service should be.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Spring will be here soon, and our selection of patio furniture is fantastic, but it won't be that way forever. If you want to get furniture for your deck this summer, come see us now. All the best brands and the best selection. And if you want a special order for this summer, we still have time to do that. Come see us now, Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with a download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today.
Back here live at Waukee at halftime. Warriors up 28-7. And I got to admit, when I found out you were doing the ball game, I was a little worried because you kind of got the nickname of Mr. Rain out there in Knoxville this summer.
Rain followed me everywhere, but I wish we had some rain.
Yeah, good time down working there?
Yeah, it was fun. A lot of fun. We got one more night left. Tomorrow night's our last night, and then it's kind of a lull after the Nationals because I'm already in football mode. I'm just
Yeah.
ready for football to start. I was so excited for tonight, but no, it's been fun. I don't know about you, but it is way cooler outside.
It is,
tonight.
yeah. I was thinking I know. I went out the back door here to go downstairs, and
we're over here saying it's so muggy. No, it's just muggy in the booth.
Yeah, it's about 15 degrees, I'd say, cooler out there than it is in here. We have no airflow moving through, but it's actually quite pleasant when you get out there.
Yeah, it's not pleasant in here.
No,
but
it isn't. But
it's nice out there.
Anyway, so Waukee won the toss, took the kick to start, so that means Ames will get it to start. And you know,
gotta score.
You got to, yeah.
Gotta score. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Got to go down and score here. Make this a 14-point ball game.
Yeah.
Just kind of reset here defensively. I've always heard head coaches. I asked a head coach last year. I'm like, so what adjustments do you make during the half? He's like, we don't make any adjustments during the half. He's like, we just go in there and say, all right, be better at what we told you to do, and then it's like, go and do it. So
hold that block a little longer. You know, don't drop that ball and come out. Yeah, there's some coaches are, and you know, I don't. Some used to give a little speech at halftime to fire people up, but others don't. It just depends on the coach.
Yeah,
you know?
It does.
And these two guys, they knew each other before they took these jobs too, and saw each other a little bit. So they're, you know, and they both realize, you know, what it takes to turn a program around.
Coach Sauser, that is literally his MO. I mean, he's been at Iowa City High. He's been at Muscatine, turned them around. Went to Grinnell, a program that was in the dumps and was there when I was in high school, and turned that program around. They almost made it to the state tournament up at the Dome. Now he comes here to Ames. I mean, that's just Coach Sauser. Brian Sauser is one of the better coaches in the state of Iowa, who could be a sneaky Hall of Fame ballot for what he's done, just turning programs around. Got Ames to the playoffs last year. You know, just pretty good stuff, and he just knows what he has to work with, and he's good at working with it, good motivator. And Coach Baker making a name for himself here in Waukee. So there's a lot to look forward to for both these two teams, and it's only week one, you know? There's a lot that changes in a week.
That's the nice thing about it. The bad thing about football, if you win, you're so hungry because you had to wait a week to get back out there. If you lose, sometimes, too, you want to get back out there, but at least you have a week to work on things.
Absolutely.
Almost a week to work on it and come back and go at it here. So we are winded down the halftime. And like I said, it'll be Waukee scored the first 3 times they had the ball, went up 21-0. Ames came back, went on a nice drive, 80 yards, scored, held Waukee for the first time, and we're on another drive, got across the half and fumbled, and then Waukee drove that in and scored before the half was out. And that was a pivotal play right now, series.
The fumble
in this ball game. The fumble and the turnover. The only turnover we've had here tonight. And penalty-wise, for a first game, we haven't had a super lot of penalties either.
I mean, the delay of game on the first play of the game for Ames was definitely one of those. It's been pretty clean for the most part, which is what you want to see. I feel like we've missed a couple false starts across the board.
Yeah,
I think the officials have been a little slow on that.
Well, I think it takes them to get up to game speed too.
Everybody got knocked the rust off, No, it's been a good game so far. See how Ames responds here on offense. Got to go down and get a score.
Cantawine Poe and are back. 2 of the back deep.
It's rare to have 3 people back.
Roberts also back there deep. And we're ready to get it underway. And this one is a deep kick that's going to bounce at the 1 and go into the end zone. And once it crosses that line in high school, it's a touchback. There's no bringing it back out. So Ames will be 1st and 10 at the 20 to start it out here.
And the Little Cyclones were better empty when it was just Cantawine in the backfield. So I'm excited to see how they come out here. It looks like Winky's going to be back there this time, but they got Poe lined up in the slot here at wide receiver.
And they did a lot of that snapping it directly to the back too instead of the quarterback. So we'll see how that goes. They send Poe in motion across the formation. They'll line up now on the left. Now he'll come back in motion and they'll get it to him, but that is read immediately and dropped. Davies?
I believe that was Oliver McClurg. Yes, it was. He read it the entire way and just blew through that that offensive line.
I couldn't tell if that was 88 or 99, but it was 88, McClurg. So the 6'4", 225-pound senior.
It's pretty good.
Drops him for 5-yard loss.
Now you go empty here, trying to change things up.
3 receivers left, 2 right. Canaway, the sophomore. They throw it inside on the inside screen, and nothing doing there. Defense right there. Oliver Roberts.
That play, they've tried it a couple times. It just hasn't worked. I don't know if they're missing blocks here on this near side or what, but Roberts just can't seem to get free, and Roberts seems like he's the go-to guy this year when it comes to that wide receiver game.
So brings up 3rd and long here on the first drive for Ames. This time they'll put the back there. See if they go with a draw or something. Canaway rolls out. He's looking to pass, but he's under heavy pressure. Ripped down by Ian Samples.
That's just a tough decision. You got to get rid of it. I mean, you know you're going to get run down. And
see it here.
I just feel like I know he was looking downfield, but I'm sure he's going to get told just got to get rid of it.
Yeah, there's where you got to throw it over the head of the guy out there in the flat and just take your loss and go. So they lose 8 on that. So it's 4th and 23.
What a statement on defense by Waukee to start us out here.
So now you're punting from your own end zone here.
If I'm Waukee, I'm sending the house.
They come in. They don't get to it. They were close. Taking it to 40. Up across to the 30. Fumble! And who got it?
I think that's Ames'
I
ball.
think Ames might have got on it last. Yep. Ames gets it.
Saves the day. Gamble got pummeled.
Let's see. Yeah, got in there and then, just put the shoulder pad right in there. Let's see, that was 58.
Was it 38 or 50?
I think it was 58.
Yeah.
Right, so that was, let me see here. Colden Bray, I think. They have him listed with 2 numbers, so I don't know. But anyway, the first turnover of the night here for Waukee on the punt return, and right up the middle, Canaway takes it.
It's got to be the most frustrating thing for Waukee. You just put together one of the better, probably your best defensive set of the night, and then all of a sudden, nope, you got to reset, go back. You're back now up to almost the 50.
You're going to have great field position.
Yeah.
Would have had it at the 30. But a great hit. He just put that shoulder pad right in there on the ball. Pickup of 7. 2nd and 3 now at the 44. And dropping back, looking, under pressure, rolling, now throws it late to the sideline, and the only player over there was a Waukee player.
That play was broken from the start, and I think Coach Baker is screaming because number 75, Corbin Bear, was at the 40-yard line. The right tackle was at the 40-yard line. That's who Cantwine was throwing to. He was throwing to the right tackle, so it should have been an eligible receiver downfield, but I guess they just missed it. But the right tackle was all the way playing tight end.
So 3rd and 3 at the 44.
This is 4-down territory.
Low snap. Canaway picks it off the ground. He pushes ahead. Second effort's going to get him the first down. Up to the 48.
Those direct snaps, those are the way to go. Just got to keep doing them if you're Ames. That was what got you down the field and scored a little bit ago. Can't overstate how important this drive is.
And you're seeing Waukee rotate in and out a little bit on the defensive line there. Jalen Jeffries came back in.
And their size is consistent. It's not like they're bringing in smaller guys. They have really good size all across the board.
They got some big beef up there.
Yeah, they do.
So, clock running, 1st and 10 at the 48 for Ames.
time not an issue here. Just got to try to take your time, get downfield.
They are. Play clock. Still got 10 to go on it. They shift the receiver over a little bit. To the left, the bottom of your screen there. Canawine looks, now fakes, now throws it deep late, and it's going to be picked on. No! Good recovery defensively. Well, offense go to defense there and knocks it away. Torian Cotton. And we got a defender still down.
Sam Diener got laid out. He was the one that was going to go up for the play, and then Diener just got laid out.
Torian Cotton came in and knocked him down and saved the interception. You see it here again. As the pass is thrown late, he gets it, and then Cotton just hammered him.
I hope he's okay. He got hit. And Cantwine, he just missed it. I mean, he delayed himself just a little bit. He had Jeffries down the field.
If he fires that down the slot right away.
Yeah, he had Jeffrey Roberts open downfield. He's going to hop back up. Good to see that for Diener.
But we have not seen a lot of guys injured or on the field tonight, too, which has been good, you know.
And you'd hope so. Week 1 all set up. But
sometimes the heat, you get some cramps or stuff. But
well, and another thing about Cantwine, a lot of his passes that have been complete, I think he knew who he was going to because it's snap, go right there.
Yeah,
that time,
he needs a little, he'll get that with experience.
Yeah,
you see you're throwing a little high, or you're right. He's just
absolutely.
And like there, he hesitated to the receiver who was open and just a split second. The 2nd and 10 at the 48 for Ames. This is a direct snap back to Waukee. Waukee looking to turn the corner, gets around, but he won't get much on that. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Waukee has done a great job on the edge. Ames has really not been able to bring – I don't think they've done anything outside of the hash marks. No. I think they have been mostly running up the gut.
Taking it up the gut and then making a few moves. But
they haven't been able to seal that edge offensively. So
3rd and 8 at the 49 here for Ames. You wonder, too, if you go 2 downs with this because you got to get a score. That's a snap. Canawine looks, throws, got out there, and it's, almost picked off but dropped by the defensive back on the far side.
Sometimes you're just looking ahead. You're thinking, I'm going to take this back for 6. And at that time, just a little bit slip of the
Carter Johnson.
Yeah, Carter just missed it. And this is a Waukee team that had quite a few interceptions last year. I'm surprised Ames is punting here, but they were a ball hawking defense, and I think they're just a little. You're excited, you don't get those opportunities a lot.
And there again, just a little hesitation on Canawine to the receiver.
This might be a fake. I just have a weird feeling that Canawine.
Canawine, he's the quarterback and the punter. No, he's going to kick it, and he kicks it low.
That touch?
Yeah, it's a Waukee player.
Okay, they're going to say it touched the Waukee player's back.
Yeah.
That should be almost down. Yeah, it's going to be down up at the 38.
Ball will be down.
I don't know if that got touched or if it was just a line drive punt, but
I think it hit him in the,
Oh, they're going to give it to him at the 40.
40 where it touched.
What was that, 11-yard punt, 12-yard punt? Close.
Oh, it was a 48.
Yeah, 12-yard punt,
12-yard punt, yeah.
I thought maybe they'd fake it, pull out a little bit of trickery. Maybe that's too predictable, but now we get to truly see Ames' defense here. Obviously, the fumble, couldn't really see it that last time on the punt return, but
Beckett Baker brings him out for Waukee. Ames unable to cash in on the turnover. There's a handoff inside, looking for room, stumbling ahead, getting a few.
Pretty good carry for about 4, able to get through the line. And Gamble is down.
Yeah. I shouldn't have said anything about
he got twisted a little bit. Yeah,
he got turned around in there.
Well, and it's hot up here, but the heat, you can cramp, and that's exactly what it is. He's cramping up there on the middle of the field, so hopefully he's okay. But you got 2 running backs, though, so Niall Eddy next one up. Grant should be okay here, just a quick cramp. But
So he's going to hop off.
Southeast Polk leading Valley 17-8.
Looks like they brought in Drake Lambertson for the running back spot. I don't know where Eddie's at, but he's second and 6. Fake the handoff, they're winging out wide. Up the field, cuts back inside. Got a lot of room. 30, 20, 15, 10. The flag is down.
Yep.
Touchdown if it holds, but I've got a feeling this is coming back. Yep, block in the back.
Yep. It's so unnecessary, too, because he was gone already. And just a simple misstep by Waukee in the backfield.
That was Gabe Shea. And that will come back.
Good speed, though.
Yeah.
Good play. Good play design.
Once
Gage
he caught it,
yeah.
he had one guy, and he blew by him, and then it was just clear green.
Big break caught by, I don't know, Eric, if we have a replay on that, but just kind of a misstep. They're going to come together and talk about this, though.
Yeah.
I'd be stunned if they pulled this flag back, but we'll see.
Because that was way behind the play, so let's see.
Nope, it's coming back.
Maybe they're talking about the spot.
Yeah.
2 fouls on the play. 1 live, 1 dead. Both on Waukee. Block in the back. Number 1 during the play. 10 yards from the spot.
What's the other flag?
Yeah, I know they're gonna run both of them off though.
Can't tease us with 2. Oh.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 3 on Waukee. 15 yards from the succeeding spot.
All right, so Gage gets tacked on with an unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't know if he did that in the end zone or if he did that when he was coming back, but
replay, second down.
a long second down
So
upcoming.
25 yards in penalties there about. So 10, 27 yards total.
Yep. Second and 27.
Second and 27.
Talk about a break caught by Ames. We were looking at 35-7, and now you're still 28-7, but now it's second and 27.
At the 23. Dropping back to pass. Looking plenty of time. Throws deep across the middle. Oh, no, dropped. In the hands and dropped.
I tell you what, Dar, that was an unbelievable pass.
That was right there.
That was in the breadbasket.
See,
watch
Johnsy.
this pass.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. This is a post route, and he just, I mean, this is perfect. And he just drops it.
Yeah.
Tough break. Man.
Right where you wanted, over the shoulder.
Gosh. But if I'm Ames or any team, I'm going to go back on film and say, okay, he can make that throw.
Yeah.
Because that's a big, okay. Because last year, Baker could not make that throw. And this year, he can make, that was.
And he had a lot of time, not a lot of pressure that time.
That was
the Ames
phenomenal.
Front 3 didn't get a lot of pressure in there.
That was phenomenal.
Drops back again. Rolling. Now he does have pressure this time. And he gets out of it. Still going, but he's finally going to be pulled down after a short gain. So Ames is going to get the ball back.
Couple lucky breaks in a row if you're an Ames little Cyclone.
Well, the penalties were big, and then the drop was also big there too. But
you jinxed him. You said it was caught before he caught it.
Well,
we can't be doing that anymore.
I know. Well, it's first game
of
the season.
It
looked like he had it in stride
throw.
and was going to the.
I mean,
end
it
zone.
was in stride. That's how good that thing was.
Here's the punt. Cantawan takes it, and he gets by the tackle, cuts outside, across the 50.
It's not bad.
Down into Waukee territory.
I rarely see teams with 3 guys to return. That's just doesn't happen a lot. Take a look at the punt. He's just got good power.
Yeah, and then just that was a case of just the gunner coming down and overrun him there. So Kent Wine, Miss Carter Johnson came down and that he got by. So now you're set up in Ames territory, or Waukee territory, excuse me. Still, you got, if you can get one in here, you know. You've dodged a couple of potential scores. If nothing else, if you score, you get some confidence going, not only for this game but maybe next time around.
We got the right tackle is down for Ames. Marshall White is down on the sideline. He's just down on one knee over there by the far side. So
yeah, starting to see maybe a little bit of this heat coming through.
Try to set things back up. Looks like they're going to bring in number 58, Colden Bray. It's weird because Marshall's right. He's down right on the white line. There they go. They're going to walk him off. I'm sure he's hot. I guarantee it's heat. But again, like we said, coming out of the locker room, it is way hotter up here than it is down in the booth, or than it is down on the field. So,
well, here we go. Throw back. Now, double pass. They're going to throw down deep. And caught.
Whoa. Cameron Strawhacker.
And was it Roberts that threw that?
Yeah.
Roberts to Strawhacker. Let's see it again here.
That's a classic Brian Sauser trickery.
Throw back.
Well,
it was a good pass.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty coverage, but it got the job done.
Any farther up, and the defender might have had a chance to pick that off. So 1st and 10 at the 22 here for Ames. Straight back to Winky. Winky plowing over the right side. He'll be stopped before he hits the 20.
Couple odd passing plays tonight for Ames, but it's working.
Yeah, these last few minutes of this second quarter have been
weird
overall.
Weird third quarter.
So here we go. 2nd and 9 at the 21 for the little Cyclones. They're trying to get back in the end zone here and have the lead.
Jameson's trying to figure out where he wants to go. Left side, right side?
Snap, hand off him to Poe, right up the middle. Has some room, cuts it back inside. 10-5, he's pulled down. Looked like he was picking up the momentum there.
The official just laid a screen. He ran right toward the official and said, all right, you're going to figure out where you're going to go. And he kind of got the official turned around. Watch this. The linebacker, the safety comes down.
Yeah.
Nowhere to go.
He thought slide right, he'll get out of it, but he got right into the play. And that's officials we talk about. They're knowing where they're going on the field and working with each other is a big part of, too, that they got to work out. 1st and goal at the 6. Back to Winky. Straight snap. He's plowing ahead, and he'll be stopped about the 2, a pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd goal as we go under 4 minutes here to play in the second quarter, or third quarter, excuse me.
It's a good drive.
Yeah.
Just kind of nickeling and diming your way down the field.
You get that good field advantage, you got to take care of it. Winky, he fumbles it there. So he loses 3 back to the 5.
And now you're right back to where you started, and now your play calling gets a little bit tougher.
Got to get the ball, then run. Your eyes light up down there and thinking, wow. So they're going to send Poe over here to the left, along with Jeffrey Roberts. They'll send Strawhacker wide to the right, with Lopez on the slot on the right. Winky to back. He handed off.
He tried. That's a good call, but would have been a good call inside the 3. I think they just kind of, good job by Waukee's D-line, and now things get really interesting.
4th and 4.
Goes for a gain of 1. Warrior fans, what do you say? It's 4th and goal from the 4.
What do you do here? I feel like you got to go keeper.
Yeah.
But you got 3 wide receivers here to the right. You can set some screens if you're going on a passing pattern. And we're going to have a illegal substitution.
Yeah. They had too many people in there. Poe was trying to sneak off.
Offense, 5 yards. 4th down.
Yeah, even more tough of a backbreaker. Do you kick? I mean, I don't know. It's,
no, you got to have 7.
Yeah, you got to
if you
get
can,
7.
If you don't make it, at least you got them tight back there against their own end zone.
At this point, I don't know if you're going to get.
If you could roll Catawine out.
I don't know if you're going to get that many yards on the ground. You might as well toss it up, hope you get a PI and or catch it.
Roll him out. Maybe if they blitz, too, you might find the middle open up.
Yeah, I'd blitz a sophomore quarterback.
Winky is in the backfield with him. Looks back, going to throw the fade over there. Roberts! Oh, he had made a good play on the ball, Jeffrey Roberts, but couldn't quite get it.
It's a good throw. Good throw, good spot, just not quite on it. Good coverage by Waukee. That was clean and green.
Diener had good coverage on him. Yeah, you got a taller receiver. You go for it. It was a nice try, but so now Waukee will take over. 1st and 10 at the 8.
Waukee stalled just a little bit here on offense in the last couple drives. Got to see a little bit more out of him here to keep going.
And here's where if Ames could force a mistake deep, get a turnover. But we'll see. Beckett Baker brings him out. He drops back, hands it off. They close quickly there.
Good to see Gamble back in the game after that
Gamble.
run. And with a 28-7 lead, it's not like your urgency's sky high.
No. Yeah, you're right. You can take your time and bleed the clock because you got a 2-score cushion. And your defense has shown they're pretty tough. They're not going to give up any quick plays, doesn't seem like. So sends Andrews over to the left. And fakes it, and Beckett keeping himself right up the middle, and it's met by big number 77 in there.
I think that's Casey Whitty, sophomore. 6'3", 230.
Number 32, Jackson Winky, leading the tackle.
You get a good punt here if you can hold him if you're Ames.
3rd down.
You really wanted that touchdown, but if your defense can continue to put together some plays, they've clearly got something fixed defensively.
Third and 4. Fakes, throws it out in the flat. Has a man. He's going to get up and get the first down.
Zone coverage had it beat the whole way. Nobody really played up. That was going to be a first easily.
On the quick pass.
And Gabe Chae takes it in the flat, and now you can't. Well, you can run the clock down here because you got about a second.
I don't know if you. Well, yeah.
A second difference here.
I think we've seen the end of the quarter.
Yep, you can run the quarter out and go to the 4th quarter, hanging on to that 3-score lead here for Waukee.
Things have tightened up defensively for both teams. Obviously, a couple more penalties by Waukee, a couple more mistakes with the fumble, but.
So that's the 3rd quarter. We'll go to the 4th. Waukee leading here, still 28-7. And we'll come back with the 4th quarter after this on CISN.TV.
The national sales event is going on all month long at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. New Silverado 1500 Turbo Max with up to $9,000 off MSRP. Must trade 09 or newer. Must own or lease 09 or newer Chevrolet. New Sierra 1500s with 2.9% for 60 months. Available on all trends. New Jeep Gladiator with up to $7,000 off MSRP. And new Ram 1500s with up to $11,000 off MSRP. Every vehicle is tagged with one low price at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. DeArmondAuto.com.
Mornings. They can be hectic.
Let's go!
So can your car, so to get a free pickup, drop-off, or delivery. Head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
We'll go to the fourth quarter. No scoring in the third. Waukee hanging on 28-7 here. Dar Danielson, Blake Walker, Eric and Rachel on the crew on a warm night here. Season opener, but it's good to have football back. And there's the snap and the handoff. Right into the line. Maybe a couple yards. Picked up by Eddie, who's back in there. There's that depth we talk about, you know, for Waukee on their offense. They've got some different options.
Yeah, plenty of ways to go about it. And, I mean, just so many different wide receivers. I feel like we've just seen a lot of different guys so far, and easy to switch in and out, like you said.
There's Yazzie, takes it, cuts that back in, and he'll be shoved out of bounds.
I'm sure he's playing that drop in his head over and over again. I think he just wants another chance if he can get it.
Lopez on the tackle for Ames.
Lopez has been really good at linebacker. I think he's going to be one of those guys that gets close to 80 tackles this season. He's been everywhere at the linebacker position.
Also plays the slot on the offense. You're going to plow this one right up the middle and go for the first down and get it across the 30.
I also like, you know, we've seen shotgun and we've seen under center. I think it's a refreshing thing.
Yeah, because a lot of times you run that pistol or shotgun all the time and you never come under center, and especially on a play like that where you need a yard. I think you need to do more of that.
You know, you and I being Hawkeye fans, we love going under center. I mean, that's just, we grew up watching that, and that's just what we see, and it's a missing art. You just don't see it as much.
Well, I watched a lot of Iowa State, and it didn't seem like they did that much either. They're going to throw it up deep across the middle. 50-50 ball caught by Cooper Andrews.
It was a little bit of a wobbler in the air, but, man, he got it there. How about the throw on the run by Baker?
He's got a little bit of the arm, doesn't he? This one is coming up, and two defenders. He had a step, but he had to come back for it, and did. And he had Catawine back there on defense.
The confidence for Beckett Baker from last year to this year, and he's only a sophomore this year, is day and night. I mean, he is a dangerous quarterback.
Now he drops back, throws it right out in the flat, hits the man right in the numbers there.
Charlie Cross.
Yeah, and and I'm sure, and we saw it last year in some of the games that he's out there, he's not knowing what he's seeing, and he's trying to make a play. Do you run or do you stay and throw? And now the decisions are crisper.
Yeah,
and
he's going to get bigger. I mean, he's not that tall, but he's going to get bigger. I think that's one thing. He's only 5'10", but just he's good. I mean, it's just very impressive to see what he's changed here.
And then handoff, breaking right. Eddie cuts it up, and that is brought down. Well, and he's a coach's son, too.
Yeah, and that helps. I mean,
it
we're
does.
lying if we say it doesn't.
No, it does, because,
I think of, just off the top of my head, two of the top 7 passers of all time in the state of Iowa, off the top of my head, Eli Dunn, Dallas Salz, they're both the coach's son at quarterback. It just happens, and it just kind of works that way. I like that play by Niall Eddy. The hole was closed. Just kind of sit behind your linebackers and figure things out.
First and 10 at the 12 here for Waukee.
Johnson on top, 23-14 over Northwest. That's your update.
And no fake to Eddie, and taking it up is Baker on his own.
See, they're actually throwing Lincoln's up 26-20 over Roosevelt. Cedar Falls down 14-0 against Prairie. That'd be a big win. Cedar Falls is supposed to be pretty good. They struggling there to start.
We've seen that Prairie team they've come up here and played
a couple times. Yeah,
they're well coached, and they
17-11 Southeast Polk over Valley. That game's actually pretty surprising. Johnston kind of hanging, or Waukee Northwest hanging. Centennial up 24-14 over Ankeny.
2nd and 7 flat, out in the flat, caught. Cuts, breaks the tackle, spins, and just almost knocked into the end zone there by Lopez. As David Bass almost got the score.
His eyes got wide, and then he ran into the back of his own man. And he's like, all right, get going.
And then Lopez came in and drove him, and he was driving him toward the end zone, but got him down.
The playbook is wide open inside the 2 here if you're Waukee.
1st and goal at the 1. Baker's going to sneak it in himself. Touchdown.
What a night. What a night for Beckett Baker. 2 on the ground, 2 in the air.
See it here again.
How about the push by Niall Eddy?
Yeah, and watch, he just waited, and then he hesitated and then went right in behind. Here, with 8:31 to play, Waukee, Hurlbrook can put them up here, 35-7. Andrews the holder. High snap, brings it down, and it's good. We'll take a break, come back with a kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Let's face it, it's Iowa and it's hot and humid. Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto Pros. Some of us are going to get in our blazing hot vehicle and the air is not going to cool us down. When that happens, I have same-day AC service appointments at the ready. We can pick up your car, drop it off, shuttle you home, or even help you get a rental car. And all of our AC repairs come with our lifetime parts and labor guarantee. If you're having problems with your AC, give us a call or scan the QR code to schedule your appointment today. For the best, head west, Westside Auto Pros.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Here at Waukee, the Warriors get the first score of the second half with 8:30 to go. A 1-yard Beckett Blake run. He had a 57-yard run earlier. He's had a 7-yard pass and a 3-yard pass, so a pretty good night for him. And here's the kick, and that one's coming down, and it'll be taken by,
I don't know. Gotta let it go.
Yeah, that one I would have let go because then you get a little bit of yardage there, but they'll get it at the 27. Ames.
I think now for Ames, down 28, you just got to try a couple things.
Come out, work a few things and get a good drive going. I mean, they've shown some flashes here tonight. And just as they'll come over.
Go ahead.
Former retired Ames coach Bruce Vertinen is up here doing color on the radio broadcast for Ames tonight. He was girls basketball coach and assistant coach when I was up in Ames, and later took over as head coach and did that for quite a few years. But good guy, good to talk to him again, and a lot of fond memories in Ames. Here's a handoff.
We got a quarterback change. Lane Kenny, the senior, 6'0", 175 pounds, is in at quarterback. Again, just trying a couple things. Jamison Poe's helmet came off, so he's going to be done for a play.
So Lane Kenny in at quarterback. A lot of things to look at when you review I say tape, but it's all digital nowadays, but of this for Ames, things to work on. But Kenny will get some snaps. And a snap directly to Winky. He breaks a couple tackles, drives up ahead.
It was a good heads-up play, almost caught in the backfield by Ian Samples. We've called Ian's name a little bit tonight. Making something out of nothing.
Poe comes back in. They'll send Winky out to receiver spot to the left. 3rd and 8 at the 29 for Ames. They're just trying to string the drive together here. And, ooh, he almost slipped down, but then is taken down. Big number 88 comes in there. Oliver McClurg, the senior, comes in and drops him.
Lane got caught up, slipped on the turf.
Yeah. Well, McClurg's a big figure coming in there at you, you know.
Yeah, he is.
Like I said, 6'4", 225.
There's size, but there's height.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's guys, a lot of guys over 6 foot out there too. And
Cantwine's back out punting here. And Carter Johnson's back to receive. They're not even going to receive it. They're just going to let this thing go deep and take it.
Bounces back and going to roll out at the 33.
I think that's a pretty good call not to return that.
Yeah.
And even if you could, because that's an injury risk. You don't want to hurt anything. Just kind of keep everyone safe and running here. We might not even see the starting offense back out.
Yeah, I was going to say we might see some.
It looks like Baker might go back out, but it's what you want for if you're Waukee. I mean, this is a good Ames team. They've come out, played well. They jumped on them early. I think that was the big difference maker tonight. They just jumped out quick and haven't even forced a turnover. They've just kind of grit their teeth, buckled down, and did what they could here. New running back in, number 28, if you got it. 28.
That's Lambertson. They swing it out and breaks a couple tackles. Jojo Layu.
He was swinging that ball out with his right hand. He's probably going to be told, hang on to that football just a little bit stronger next time. I'd love to know Baker's stats. He has had quite the night. I mean, just hasn't really had many mistakes and a couple drops, but that's not his doing, and just very impressed.
Hand off, Yazoo up the middle. Or Layu, excuse me. Or no, Lambertson. I'll get it all straight here, these substitutions. Here you get in the game and I mess your name up. That's not good. Lambertson.
So that's 3 running backs that you'd like to run with here, and
straight back, throws it out in the flat.
There will be catching drills this week at Waukee practice. That is probably their biggest, I'd say the biggest problem they've had tonight is drops. I think that's been the biggest, go back on film, what did you miss on? Drops.
Yeah.
It's like Waukee's going to take a timeout.
Well, and the thing is, catch it before you run.
Yeah.
You know, you turn around, you see open field, but if you don't have the ball, it doesn't do you any good.
Take a break.
Take a break. Let's do that. You're watching football on CISN.TV.
The national sales event is going on all month long at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. New Silverado 1500 Turbo Max with up to $9,000 off MSRP. Must trade 09 or newer. Must own or lease 09 or newer Chevrolet. New Sierra 1500s with 2.9% for 60 months. Available on all trends. New Jeep Gladiator with up to $7,000 off MSRP. And new Ram 1500s with up to $11,000 off MSRP. Every vehicle is tagged with one low price at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. DeArmondAuto.com.
Mornings. They can be hectic.
Let's go!
So can your car. So to get a free pickup, drop-off, or delivery, head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
Lambertson takes it up the middle. Gets maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 9 at the 50 for Waukee. They have this well in hand, 35-7. A couple points in the game where Ames had a chance. Couldn't quite follow through offensively. And chance before the half to maybe take it in and make it a one-score ball game, but fumbled away, and Waukee came right down and scored. And there's handoff, Lambertson again. And he's going to roll up. Is that a different quarterback?
Yes, it is. Will Rivenbur, sophomore or junior.
Okay, so he's in there in relief of Beckett. And Will Rivenberg. And Waukee's just going to 4th and 3 here. They're just going to probably keep it on the ground and run it. And
yeah, take a timeout. Yep. Take a timeout or take the delay game.
Yeah, they may take the delay game and just punt it.
I love when nobody's moving and the ref doesn't know. Should I throw the flag? Delay game? Give a little bit better punting situation.
Yeah.
Delay game. Waukee, 5 yards. 4th down.
Well, crowd's staying here, aren't they? I mean, happy to see this season opener here. A good showing by the Warriors. Because as they know, every win's important because there's a lot of tough games ahead, too.
A lot of tough games ahead. Big for RPI. I mean, I see no reason why this Waukee team can't start 3-0 on the season. Go to Waukee Northwest next week. Wolves lost a lot from last year.
Good punt taken back there and then quickly dropped. Cataline gets a few yards.
Northwest putting up a good fight against Johnston. Waukee will then go to Sioux City North, and then they come back here on September 15th. So a little bit of a road trip. You come back here against Valley. So
yeah, Johnston, they broke the glass to get over to the dome.
Yeah.
Coach Woodley there finally.
The most expectations we've seen from Will Simpson and Will Nuss. They're a fun team. They just got to prove that last year wasn't a fluke.
And Coach Woodley, I love him talking with him. He's just a great guy.
He is great.
Comes from that coaching family. And
we are spoiled here in the CIML. The coaches are all phenomenal.
Good. Yeah.
Even Tom Wilson. I love chatting with Tom. I think all great guys.
And there's a kind of a looking for that tunnel screen.
Ball
he
came out.
Back and did the ball come out at the end? I think it may have.
Roberts just fumbled for the 2nd time tonight.
Who has it?
I don't even know if the official wants to make a call.
I think you're going to say it stayed with Ames.
All right, I guess it's down.
Eric,
you got a replay? No replay?
No replay.
It was close. I know Robert's helmet came off.
Yeah.
Play is blown dead.
Interesting. They've tried that play a couple times. Finally, it broke through. No, you talk about the Waukee crowd. The student section's great. Every Waukee student section, no matter what sport, is great. We got SpongeBob characters lined up out front. It's a beach theme night.
Yeah.
Really cool to see.
Yeah,
and Ames too. Ames brought a pretty good crowd. It's not a fun drive from Ames.
No, but it's not super.
Yeah, but that highway is kind of annoying. It's almost like a wannabe interstate.
Yeah, it is.
Too much traffic. Make it a 3-lane.
The worst drive in Ames was going up to Mason City. Former Ames coach Kirk Datto called it the coldest place on earth. And he was right in November. When you go up there,
that drive up to Minnesota borders is kind of boring in general. Not much up there.
One time we came back and it was foggy as heck. And I had my color guy just looking out the windshield, making sure I was staying on the highway. And it's just crazy. But Kenny on the carry for Ames.
Well, so next week, Ames goes back home. They'll get a 2-game home stint against Ankeny Centennial, who is currently beating Ankeny. And then the Cy-Hawk game. Iowa City High heads to Ames. Iowa City High currently losing to Joliet Catholic, the 5th-ranked team in Class 5A in Illinois tonight. So won't really get a true sense of how good they're going to be. But how about Joliet Catholic? That's all the way over by Chicago. I mean, and they're in Iowa City, so that's an interesting track down. But the back half of Ames' schedule really favors them, so they could be one of those teams that kind of could be a Waukee, like I said from last year, kind of sneaks in maybe late. So a lot to look forward to on both sides, that's for sure.
Kenny takes it, hands off to Poe. He's inside, breaks a tackle, still churning the legs, trying to get to the 50. He's going to be a little short. It'll be a first down either way.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more of Jamison Poe tonight. I mean, we've seen a little bit of him, and he's been pretty good, but he's a good downhill runner. I mean, once he gets in open space, he's hard to beat. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see more of him as the season goes on.
I think they got behind the sticks a little too much, though.
Yeah,
at times,
I think that was a big one. Yeah.
That was the problem.
But for Cantawine, I think not a great first night, but definitely not a bad first night.
No.
He showed flashes of what he can do.
Yeah. You know, when you see your first start, there were some things that we talked about. A little waiting on a couple passes and that, and you know, that play where they fumbled it after he got it to the receiver. That was big, because if they keep that and go, you know, momentum is a thing. Winded down toward a minute to play here, but Ames has some good athletes, some possibilities here as they do a little moving around. Plenty of time on the play clock. Under a minute to play. Poe with the handoff up the middle. He's met by the black and purple there.
I think it's good for the state of Iowa and Des Moines football that Waukee is good at football, because this fan base, it's one of the best in the state between Waukee and Waukee Northwest, because it's one of the biggest in the state, obviously. But this is a great atmosphere. It's a good atmosphere.
And, you know, not to harp on it again, but we saw the Ankeny split. It took a while, and then you kind of get things going, and then both schools regain their strength, and you even out, you know. And Ankeny got a new coach. They're kind of working to rebuild a little bit. Oh, over the middle of Poe, just a little high. He would have had the first down, I think, if he could have got that to him. But brings up 4th down with 12.6 to go.
But, I mean, initial reactions. This Waukee offense is legit. This Waukee defense is legit. This Waukee team is legit. And they'll get a chance to prove it this year with a couple crucial games against the likes of like Johnston and Waukee Northwest. Southeast Polk comes here. That game's going to be so fun when Southeast Polk comes here to Waukee. I think you and I when I checked, are on that game. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, could be the final play of the game. Let's see here. Dropping back, looking to pass. Wings it out there, caught. In the flat, down to the 25. That'll stop the clock with 5.5 to go.
That's a good pass.
Yeah.
They're going to call a timeout here. Why not? And maybe, you know, you learn about this. Kenny might be the passer, and Cantawine might be the runner. You just never know. You can run a dual quarterback setup.
We're getting talking with Coach Burton, and he thought they might cry a little bit.
Yeah, they might,
quarterback.
Yeah.
Coming into it, and the coach admitted, he said, you know, we're still trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
But as you said, Cantawine, he got going there in that stretch where they came down and scored, and then they were in a little rhythm, and then the turnover. But it's just one of those things. All I know is I'm going to need a shower when I get home.
Yeah. That's not anything towards you. It's just really hot.
Yeah, it's just.
I just wanted to quickly want to thank everyone for watching tonight. See where everyone's at. So next week our games are Valley and Dowling. So CISM will be at that one. Ankeny versus Southeast Polk. We'll be on that one, and then
is that it?
that is it.
That's at Ankeny, right?
Yep. So 2 games next week.
Dropping back, throwing it to the end zone. Oh, and it's incomplete.
And that's it.
And that'll do it. 0-0's on the scoreboard here. The Warriors will come away with a season-opening victory, a good overall solid victory here tonight. Ames had some moments, had some things to work on. The game 2 is they'll come out to the center of the field and shake hands, but good to get back with you. Good to get football season going, Blake.
I'm ready for cooler temperatures. I don't know
Yeah,
about
I know.
you, but
Yeah.
no, tonight was a blast. It's good to have football back.
And thanks to Rachel and Eric for running the controls here tonight. We'll run it down quickly again. Waukee scored twice in the first quarter. 34-yard run by Grant Gamble, then Beckett Baker had a 57-yard run, then a pass to Charlie Cross for 7 yards. It was 21-0 heading into the second quarter. Ames came back and scored. Then another pass to Yazzie, and then a 8-yard run or a 1-yard run by Baker to close out the score. And 35-7, Waukee goes to 1-0. As you see him shaking hands, we appreciate you watching again. As Blake said, we a couple games next week. Watch, go to the CISN website or look for us on Twitter to find out where we'll be next week and as always throughout the season. That's going to wrap it up here from Waukee High School on CISN.TV.